Hello, everybody. Yes, it's your main man, Akeem Damon. I'm back, y'all. It's episode 2 of season 2 of When the Fans Talk. I'm so excited to be on this When the Fans Talk episode today because today I have one of my true friends. If y'all been following me since last year when I started my first podcast series, my friend used to help me out. So on today, I have my dear friend for over 6 years. I knew him. Yes, it's been a long time. I tell you, and we counting. So on today, I have my dear friend Malik.
What's good, everyone? How y'all doing?
So Malik, tell us a little about yourself and what this podcast has done for you.
I'm a college graduate. I just recently graduated from the University of Bridgeport in Connecticut.
Congratulations, man.
It's funny that I'm doing this podcast. I'm actually a communications major, so like we're all about it was all about media, advertising, public relations, journalism, etc. So it was just doing this podcast before was just always fun for me. I used to be a co-host with Akeem, but my schedule got really busy, so I couldn't really put as much time into it because I'm trying to manifest my own things as well. But it just feels good to be back on the show. Hopefully I can be here more often, to give in my input into the topics that we'll be discussing during the show. But my experience with the show is great. Co-produced, co-host, co-written the show as well, and it was fun. Season 1 was fun. I'm just happy to be back for season 2.
Yeah, I heard it best from Malik, man. I'm glad you're back, man. So let's get into it. So, as I said to y'all, in the month of October is going to be a month of sports. So, I'm going to start it off with the NBA. Yes, the NBA playoffs, if y'all have not been tuning in, it has been crazy. I mean, I tell you, to the last second, even this past game with the Lakers and Denver Nuggets. And I want to give a salute to Denver Nuggets because, even though they lost to the Lakers, but they was the real underdogs of this playoffs. I tell you, they fought hard. And I salute Jamal Murray. Man, Jamal Murray did his thing. I tell you, he was throwing the ball. He was throwing his body. He didn't even care, right, Malik? He didn't even care, man.
Yeah, you got to give credit to Jamal Murray, Jokic, and the entire Nuggets team. They, especially Jeremy Grant, he was definitely an X factor for them. During the playoff series, he had some good games and stuff. Paul Millsap has, exceptional games as well. That whole team, you can actually see them going far in the future, even further in the future, maybe the NBA Finals. I feel like they're just missing that one piece. Michael Porter Jr. definitely has a lot of potential himself, and he stepped up big this playoffs as well. I forgot to mention his name. But, they definitely have a lot of potential. You can see the growth within the team, and hopefully going forward, NBA Finals could be the next step for them because nobody thought that it would be, in the conference finals. You see the memes. You see the memes when they down 3-1, they just they remember how to play basketball, and they just step up big time, and, they just start balling and hooping. So, yeah, it was just great to see. It was unexpected. It was great to see them. They took down Kawhi. That's my favorite player.
I was shocked about that one.
I think that was the biggest shock of the playoffs. Because we wanted the Lakers versus Clippers conference finals, but we didn't get it. It's okay. Maybe next year, hopefully. So yeah, it's all good. But shout out to the Nuggets, man. Even though they got packed up. That 3-1 lead didn't work this time.
Yeah, it did not. They tried so hard that last game, man. They tried so hard. But just LeBron James. Yes, LeBron James.
LeBron James.
He
Anthony
stepped
Davis.
up, as always.
Yeah, of course.
And then on the east side, Miami Heat. Oh, wow. Whoever thought Miami Heat went to the NBA Finals?
Honestly, I talked to a lot of people. A lot of people was picking Miami as a dark horse. My friends, a lot of my other friends was picking Miami as a dark horse. Certain analysts was picking Miami as a dark horse. You look at the Jimmy Butler signing to Miami, and people was laughing at it, out of all places, you went to Miami to compete for a championship. But Pat, you got to give credit to Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra, and the entire Miami Heat organization for preparing these guys properly for for the season, despite everything that happened with this pandemic, they still came in the bubble hooping, ready to go win it all, So now they're in a situation where they're facing the best player in the league and LeBron James, and it's Anthony Davis, the best power forward in the league. And we don't know how this series is going to turn out. Well, a lot of people are favoring the Lakers, but me, I try to I try to like keep an open mind. Maybe it could go to Game 6. Maybe it could go to Game 7. In either favors. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to this matchup. But shout out to Miami Heat though, for real. Like Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, definitely Bam Adebayo, who stepped up big time this year as well.
Did.
Duncan Robinson, Goran Dragic playing exceptionally well as well. The Miami better sign him back.
They better.
They better
they gotta sign him.
So yeah, they just doing great. As you didn't. Some people didn't expect it, but you'll be surprised. A lot of people was favoring Miami to go to the finals. Like, so you'll be surprised.
And shout out to Hero, man. That man scored 37 points in one game. He, I believe he set the record for most points by a rookie. Because the last person was Dwayne Wade, I believe. He scored 27 points.
For the Heat.
For the Heat, yes.
Oh, okay, because I know, I think Magic Johnson.
For the Heat.
For the most points as a rookie, if
he
I'm
scored
not mistaken.
37 points, man. That was crazy.
Yeah, he was hooping. He got a lot of confidence, Honestly, he was, even Zion Williamson said that, he's the most underrated, like, prospect in their draft class. So, and hey, man, listen, if he would have never got hurt, he definitely would have been a second candidate for the Rookie of the Year. No disrespect to Zion, because when he came, he was hooping, but he didn't play enough games. And Ja Morant, hands down, deserved it. He was my pick from the jump from when I seen how he was hooping. But Tyler Hero definitely surprised, like not really surprised, but like he's really like playing like he's been in the league for like 5 years. You know what I mean? Like he's playing like he's basically a veteran already, playing with a lot of confidence, and you gotta expect that from a Kentucky player. You feel me? So,
Facts. Yeah. So, referring to the CBS Sports source, they said that the Miami Heats use zone on 32 possessions of the game.
Mm-hmm.
They use zone defense, the 2-3. So, with that being said, do you think they have a better advantage of being the Lakers?
I mean, a 2-3 zone works for when you're trying to protect the middle, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, if you're trying to protect the paint. So the Lakers have a lot of size, especially with Anthony Davis and LeBron James. And their shooters, the Lakers do have shooters, but they could be streaky at times. But, I don't know. Rondo has became a shooter out of nowhere, but playoff Rondo is a thing after all. So
it's a fact.
I think it will work, but it could tire them out because again, you're playing against LeBron James, who's 6'8", 250 pounds, and a 6'11" 6'10", Anthony Davis, who's very versatile as a big, has a nice jump shot, good footwork. He has exceptional passing ability as well, and he's a threat. He's a double-double threat as well. But lately he hasn't been rebounding the way he should. But, maybe he'll step it up big time in the finals where the lights is brighter. So I think it could work. It probably could slow them down, but it's probably going to tire Miami out. But it all depends on how well Miami use their bigs. I know Bam Adebayo hands down is the best big on Miami. So it's a matter of what other bigs can step up as well, like Kelly Olynyk, if they give him some play time, Myers Leonard as well. So it's just a matter of how well they can execute their bigs, So, but a 2-3 zone probably could work against the Lakers. But then again, we don't know what could happen because Danny Green, even though he's been having a suckish playoff run, you never know. He probably could step up. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's been playing well. After starting off bad. And the Lakers have solid shooters. They don't have like consistent like knockdown shooters. They have solid shooters. So it just all depends on how well that 2-3 zone is executed. If it's executed well, then maybe it could work. But then again, it's a possibility that it could tire them out because again, the Lakers have size. They have Dwight Howard coming off the bench. He hasn't been getting that much play time, but he might get play time this series. JaVale McGee, I'm referring to that might get play time. So. Yeah, it all depends on how the Lakers use their bigs and how Miami use their bigs. To be honest, that's how it all depends.
I fully agree with that because the only big man that the Heat's got is Bam Adebayo. You know, 2,
the best
3.
big, yeah.
The best big, yeah. And, you know, they might have used Haslam at one point, you know.
Nah. Listen, I don't even remember
Haslam,
the
the
last
old
time.
school, you know Haslam.
I don't even remember the last time Udonis Haslam touched the floor.
He's there still.
He's there still collecting a contract off the bench.
Yeah,
collecting
getting that money.
Off
It's
the bench.
all right, Haslam. Get that money.
He's there playing a support role. That's his role. He's just a support role.
So, I mean, that being said, I mean, I fully agree with what you're saying about the zone defense because, as you said again, the Lakers got a lot of bigs. They got Anthony Davis that could shoot off the dribble, can shoot 3-pointers, and then you got Danny Green, as you said. You got other people on the team also, Rondo. So if LeBron was to attack the zone, LeBron could pass the ball to anybody on the outskirts.
It depends on how well the zone.
Yeah,
like this stops his dribble penetration. Remember, a 2-3 zone is the shooting guard and the point guard.
Yeah,
like at the front court, and then the back court of the 3, the 4, and the 5 protecting like basically like the mid court. You know, from the paint. Well, not literally the paint because you might get it 3 seconds, but you know, around the paint area and then the wings. So it just all depends on how well like they can stop LeBron's dribble penetration because, you know, let's be for real. Like who can really stop LeBron James' dribble penetration? They're probably going to switch different defenders on him, like Jimmy Butler, Iguodala, you know, Jay Crowder. They're going to try to like stop that with some size. It's going to be hard. It's not easy. Yeah, but you know, they're going to.
LeBron's the truck. LeBron, he's the real truck.
But you gotta be mindful of this as well. Eric Spoelstra used to coach LeBron, and he also you know, used to have game when LeBron was on the Cavs, he used to have strategies on how to defend LeBron. But it's a different scenario now. Anthony Davis is there. That's his coach. LeBron didn't have an Anthony Davis when his first go around on the Cavs. So
it's true.
You got to be mindful of that as well. So we'll see. You know, Eric Spoelstra is a great coach. So we'll see how well he will adjust to playing. You know, defending LeBron with a co-superstar on his side.
That's true. And it's so funny because in looking at the Lakers games, you know, they tend to run a lot.
Yeah.
The moment the ball go up, they out. They gone to the basket. So they said that the Heats are ranked 23rd of getting back to defense. So I feel to myself, you know, if Miami Heats can really get back on defense when the rebound goes up and either LeBron or any Davis got the rebound and get back down court, they may have opportunity to stop, you know, the fast break, you know. But, you know, as I said again, if they really play smart, as you said, Eric Spoelstra, and I said his name wrong, Eric Spoelstra. Spoelstra, yeah. If he, you know, he coached LeBron before, so he already know how LeBron plays and stuff. So he may have some trick plays because of guarding LeBron. But I feel like if the Miami Heats get back on defense, they may have a chance because, as I said again, the Lakers are a fast-paced team. They're very fast-paced. The Denver Nuggets couldn't keep up with them too much because sometimes there's the other game I saw, they shot the ball. They made a layup, matter of fact, and down the court, Anthony Davis, and he had an easy basket. So it's like the Miami Heat's got to really, you know, run back. If they don't run back, it's gonna be easy scores. So
yeah, that's gonna cost you the series.
Yeah. So so by the source, by this CBS sports source, it says, you know, that the Lakers tend to run a lot. They run a lot fast break, run back. So the only way for the Heat to even win this NBA Finals is if they get back on defense, and if there's, like you said again, if this zone is very good, if they know how to move and how to stop LeBron at a certain part, to force him to take the shot, you know, it's all right. LeBron's not really a good shooter anyway. I'm sorry to say it. I mean, he got better. He got better. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a LeBron fan.
He's not a shooter. He's not a shooter. He can hit shots. There's a difference between a shooter. Like Kyle Korver is a shooter.
Yeah.
Stephen Curry is a shooter. Klay Thompson's a shooter. You know, you hear those names and then you compare it to LeBron James. It's just LeBron. He can hit shots. He's not a shooter. He can just hit shots. You know what I mean? He can hit shots when he has to, or you know, when it matters most. You know what I mean? So he's not a shooter. He can hit shots. There's a big, trust me. A lot of people confuse the two a lot. Like
they do.
A lot of people confuse the two a lot. Like majority of LeBron points coming from within the paint. So yeah, that just goes to show he's not a shooter. He can hit shots. You know?
So Eric already knows about that. So Eric could replay smart with guards guarding from the half court. Regards to the two guards being half court, they could really try to maneuver and stop LeBron at a certain part. and then take the 3-point shot. Cause Anthony Davis, he could hit threes. I mean, I think he's a better more
he can
shooter than LeBron. And they say you got Danny Green in the corner too if he gets some burn.
Not even if he get burns. He's getting burned. He's just not hitting shots.
Yeah,
he's honestly just playing defense now. He's just out there for defense. He was a 3-and-D player, but now he's just playing defense. You know what I mean? So yeah,
it's gonna be a very interesting NBA Finals, and as ESPN said, tonight at 9 p.m. Yes, it is. Tonight is Game 1.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I wish both teams the best. If the Lakers win, it'll be great. It'll be for Kobe. It'll be LeBron's 4th championship. And if, Miami, AD's first championship as well. But if Miami win, then, hey, that would be big. Honestly, Jimmy Butler, people got to put some respect on Jimmy Butler's name because they was calling him a cancer in the locker room, and he just took these group of
that's crazy.
I'm pretty sure everybody knows this, how about the Timberwolves, the Sixers, but not a lot of
was crazy.
all these loud noises, but nobody really understand what happened behind closed doors because you're not with them. So if Jimmy Butler can pull this off, we definitely gotta appreciate him a lot. I already do appreciate him as a player. For bringing this team, credit to everyone, but him being the leader that he is, helping carry this team to the NBA Finals. But if he just pulls it off, it'll be great. It'll be great for both of them to pull it off. So it'll probably be an abstract on the title on both sides. If Scottie Pippen already said that this is not a real championship, this is a playground basketball because there's no crowd and etc. So it'll probably be a abstract on the titles, but we'll see. We'll see.
So I'm looking forward to this NBA Finals because I'm not even gonna choose who's gonna win. I just want a good NBA Final. That's all I want.
Right.
That's all I want. I don't care who wins.
Right.
As long as a good dog fight. I know it's gonna be a dog fight because Miami don't give up.
I think too much people is writing Miami out. Like I honestly, like people just saying, "Oh, Lakers in 5 or Lakers in 4."
Yeah.
I don't sleep on them because remember, I tell people this. We haven't seen a great playoff run like this since the 2011 Mavericks. Now, maybe Miami could be the 2011 Mavericks where, like, nobody there were some people that expected Miami to be the dark horse, but nobody was like, Miami's going to take it. People was thinking Milwaukee was going to go to the finals and win it all this year. People were predicting a Milwaukee's and Clippers matchup, but look how that turned out. You know what I mean? So
Facts.
And this will be similar to the Mavericks 2011 run because who the Mavericks took down? The Lakers, the defending champs.
Facts.
Who the Miami took down? They wasn't defending champs, but they had the MVP and Defensive Player of the Year, who sadly got injured during the series, but they took down the team with the best record in ball. So if Miami, I feel like people are just sleeping on them too much. Yeah, AD, LeBron exists, but I want people to just be mindful that at the end of the day, it don't come down to who got the better players. It come down to who got more heart and who got more fight in them. I'm sure both parties are hungry, but that's what it comes down to. That's why I'm like, it could go either way. Like I said, I try. People might be like, "Oh, you're bugging. You don't know basketball. LeBron's gonna win." But I just try to be as open minded as possible. Whoever got the momentum, that's why I'm gonna decide. Like, okay, they're gonna win the series. You know what I mean? It's gonna come down to game 1 and 2 for me to decide like who's gonna win the series. So yeah.
I agree with that too. So being that said, as Scott Pippen said earlier, it's like a playground with no fans at all. So the NBA bubble, if y'all didn't know about the NBA bubble, is taking place in Orlando, Florida, by the Walt Disney Resort. And there is 4 arenas that the NBA teams play at during this playoffs, and they have about 4 hotels they gotta be at, and it's just crazy how this whole NBA bubble how it was established. Of course, it was there to help players regards to COVID-19, so they won't get sick and stuff like that. But the restrictions are really crazy. I mean, I was reading about it on the sports source, sports and news source. It was telling me how the NBA, every player, coach, or staff member had to be self-isolated in their rooms up to 48 hours. Yes, 48 hours isolation in their room, and they got to take 2 COVID-19 tests, and it must come back negative, 2 of them. Not one, but 2. Ain't that crazy, Malik?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised though, because I guess the way this pandemic is going, they try to keep the players and coaching staff as safe as possible. So I totally understand, you know what I mean. But it could be if I was in that situation, I would be mentally exhausted as well, because it's like isolation is nothing wrong with being isolated. Like, sometimes your best ideas come when you're by yourself. That time to yourself is relaxing, but it could be mentally exhausting after a while, especially when you can't go nowhere. Like, you literally your life is just basketball for the next month. Well, when bubble ban happened for like a month or 2, about a month. Yeah, about a month. So your life is just strictly basketball. You can't really. They allowed family to come, but you still have to self-isolate regardless. So it's really it's like crazy. It could be mentally exhausting. It could be mentally stressful. But I commend these players for keeping their minds focused on the task, and not like being mentally deteriorated from just with that self-isolation. I mean, they gather when it's time to play, but they still have to separate and isolate from each other at the end of the day when the game is over and they gotta shower and head back to their rooms. So yeah.
And it's so crazy because Joel Embiid tweets something about the food.
when he was in the playoffs.
When he was in the playoffs, he said how he going to lose 50 pounds eating this kind of food. Because the food they gave them was not good. And you think Walt Disney, it's Disney World, you would think they would have good food. Come on now. It's Walt Disney. You know what I mean? And they showed a picture, one of the players showed a picture of how they got Mickey Mouse pancakes.
That's cute.
Mickey Mouse pancakes. A grown man got Mickey Mouse pancakes. That's crazy to me. I'm sorry.
That's cute.
that's cute. That's cute. Come on, man.
Cute.
It's a grown man. They gotta do better than that. Walt Disney. Come on, that's Disney World. I know how it is. Come on, it's NBA.
It's crazy. They can't order food either. Right?
They can't.
Yeah,
can't order food.
Oh man, honestly, if I was in that situation, because I'm a vegan, so like if I was in that situation, I would have been like, probably listen. I don't. If I was a superstar player too, it would be even more tough. Cause I'm like, I don't know if I could do this. Cause y'all giving me Mickey Mouse pancakes and like y'all saying I can't order food. And y'all giving me this GMO salad. I don't want that. I don't want that ish. You know what I mean? So I don't want none of that. I want my healthy organic, vegetables and fruits and grains and stuff like that. So
it's crazy. And this part here got me like really like twisted. It said that if anybody leaves the NBA's bubble without the without the league's approval, and they want to get back in the NBA bubble, they got to be 10-day quarantine.
I thought it was 14.
NBA is different.
Oh, okay.
It said 10-day. I know for us it's 14. For us in the world it's 14, but NBA is 10 days.
Yeah, even if it's an emergency too, you still gotta quarantine. Because I guess they're really serious about like trying to keep the players safe and trying to keep the flow of basketball going. So, like I said, I understand, but also that could be it could be stressful on the player as well.
And they even said that if a player leaves the NBA bubble without being excused, their pay will get reduced.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I was like, man, you can't do nothing. You're just in your hotel room, just sitting there.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Meditating. That's crazy. You would think that the NBA will have more better stuff for the players, but reading this about the NBA bubble, it's like crazy. It's like I was reading this thing. I'm like, man. It's an NBA bubble. It's still like a bubble.
At the end of the day, it is a business, but they gotta follow safety protocol as well.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the protocol. But this is crazy to me, the NBA bubble. So kudos to the players. Playing through this situation. Coronavirus has been crazy out here. I tell you, it's been really crazy. But they fought back and start the NBA season. A few teams couldn't make it to the bubble, like the Knicks and other teams out there. Them Knicks, my God, them Knicks is something else.
Why would they? It wasn't a playoff race. Why? I wouldn't bring teams that's not in the playoff race either.
I'm sorry, New York City, but we gotta do better. The Knicks gotta do better.
Don't worry, the Nets is the new Knicks now. In terms of like taking over the city, like the Barclays is gonna be the mecca of basketball.
Facts.
Nah, let me stop.
Are you crazy?
Let me stop cutting the Knicks.
The Knicks gotta get back, man. So with that being said, so what do you think about the NBA bubble? You think it will last?
No, definitely not for financial purposes as well. The NBA lost a lot of money. So what the NBA probably might do next season, I hear talks that Adam Silver that he said the season might start in December. Maybe January 2021. So it's definitely going to be a lockout year. So what the NBA might do is they probably might do what football is doing. They probably have a certain number of people that are allowed to come to the games. But football can pull that off because the stadiums is freaking huge. So
they can be real spaced out. They want to.
Exactly. The NFL could pull that off, but it'll probably be a little tougher doing it in the NBA. But I think they could do it. Just the capacity is gonna be probably like 10%, maybe 15, 20. It all depends, because they don't want to lose money at the end of the day. Like I said, it is a business. They want to protect the players, but they also want to make their money as well. And plus, like the NBPA, which is basically the NBA Players Union, I don't think they're gonna have that the fact that they're not gonna be making that much money, even though they have their contracts and stuff like that. But you gotta be mindful of the taxes and just selling fan tickets in general. That's where they get their money from as well. So yeah, I don't think they're gonna have that. Yeah, like I said, they want safety, but it's a business. They also want their money as well. So I think they're gonna discuss something. Adam Silver, he's a great commissioner. He's gonna come up with something that's gonna be able to accommodate to both the players and the fans. So I don't think the NBA bubble will happen again. And like I said, even though they're not saying anything, I know that being in that bubble is mentally exhausting. I know it. I know it's mentally exhausting.
Facts.
Really mentally exhausting. I would be stressed out being in. I love basketball. I love the game of basketball. I'm playing the game that I love. I'm competing for a championship, but I care about my mental health too. I want to see my family. I want to live. You feel me? So, I definitely think something's gonna be accommodated for next season. I don't think the NBA bubble is gonna happen again unless there's a second surge, So yeah. Yeah.
Hope not, man. We need some fans up in. I mean, it's all right. I mean, it seemed a little weird seeing everybody on the screens and stuff cheering, but they gotta do what they gotta do, goes to make everybody safe. That's the whole point. The point goal at the end of the day, everybody is safe.
Right.
But I would say that I'm hoping that Alan Silver, like you say, he's a very good commissioner for NBA, so I know he'll think about a plan and stuff. Even goes to the women's basketball too. Women WNBA has something also. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, they in a bubble as well.
Yeah, so hopefully he'll get something in regards to both NBA and WNBA, and let fans, at least like a certain amount of fans in the stadium, at least.
Right.
At least just to have some people there just to cheer you on, because it always feels good to have someone cheering you on. It's always good. So I would just say that I'm hoping that there was thinking about something because NBA bubble, because I know I'll be frustrated. I know I'll be going crazy, berserk.
Yeah.
You can't leave. You can't go nowhere. It's so crazy. You can't really leave, y'all. It's crazy. I know, right? It's crazy. You can't leave.
Yeah, mental health is everything. Like I said, just being there,
and you in Disney World,
basketball.
Come on.
Yeah,
you in Walt Disney. You can't go nowhere in Walt Disney. Come on, man.
Nah, you gotta stay.
This is a resort. The resort in Walt Disney is beautiful, so it's crazy. You gotta stay in your hotel to it's game time
and eat that trash food.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Well, this is it, y'all. The session is over. Thank you for my dear brother Malik for joining me on today.
Yo, thanks for having me, man. Yo, I appreciate it a lot. It's always a pleasure to work with you, collab with you, and just speak basketball.
Facts.
Speak
how we do.
Yeah, man. Collaboration over competition, man.
That's a fact, man. We've been doing this for a long time, since high school, but we finally put it to action.
Right.
So please follow When the Fans Talk -19 on Instagram. Yes, I'm on Instagram. Follow When the Fans Talk -19. And on Facebook, like us, share us, comment When the Fans Talk on Facebook. Spread the word. Episode 2 in Season 2, When the Fans Talk, is out right now. And before I leave, y'all know my saying. It's not what they say. It's what you say. 'Cause at the end of the day, your words matter. So I want to give a quick shout out before I leave. A quick shout out to Gotham Studio Production. Yes, Gotham Studio Production. Thank you guys again for allowing me to be here and use your studio and help me in regards to my podcast. So y'all please spread the word. Follow me on SoundCloud, Akeem Damon, AKIM DAMON. Follow me on SoundCloud. Sooner or later, My podcast will be on Acast. Yes, I'm going viral, y'all. I'm going somewhere, y'all. So our next podcast will be next week. So stay tuned. We'll be talking about the NBA draft and who should be the top picks and about the NBA Finals. So y'all stay tuned. If you got any questions, you got any comments, you can leave it below this video or below this recording. I would love to hear what you got to say. If you got something to say about the NBA Finals, about the NBA bubble, please, 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 leave a comment. If you want to send me a message, you can follow me on Instagram at Dream Is Here. Dream Is Here, I believe it's my Instagram. It's something like that.
I don't know your Instagram, man. You're doing bad, bro.
Something like that.
You're doing bad,
If
bro.
not,
How you
it's
trying to promote yourself? You don't know your Instagram, man. Come on,
Let's
man.
follow me on. If anything, follow me on Facebook at Akeem Damon. All right, follow me on Facebook. You can't get me on Instagram, but I believe it's the Dream Is Here. But yeah, y'all, please follow me if you got any concerns or comments. Please leave it. I would love to read your comments. I would love to hear what you got to say. And if you want to be in the show, please reach out to me. I will try to, help you out regardless comes to the show, work out the schedule and stuff like that. So, so long. Be safe, y'all. Please wear your mask because coronavirus is still out there. Please wear your mask, y'all. So stay tuned for episode 3 when the fans talk. Stay tuned. It's next week. It's coming out. So right now it's episode 2. It's going to be coming out this week. So spread the word, spread the love for when the fans talk. Season 2, episode 2 is coming your way.
Peace and wellness.
Right now.